Hello, I am Mackenzie Goeke, and I am sharing my draft presentation for our environmental and occupational health class. Disclaimer, this is a student presentation about a hypothetical scenario in a hypothetical hospital. So my project will be over the topic of lead-based paint exposure in a hospital setting. I am going to be in the role of an occupational health specialist at our hospital, and the audience will be new maintenance workers starting work at the hospital. And the topic will just be how those maintenance workers can be exposed to lead through their job and how to avoid lead exposure when working. Things that I will discuss is when someone is most likely to be exposed to leaded paint, well, to lead, which would be through lead-based paint that was painted years ago, and also how to protect yourself from being exposed, and then also what happens in your body when you're exposed to lead, as well as lead poisoning and how that looks from a medical setting. And so these are some of the references we're going to be looking at in my final presentation. And so first we'll look at the CDC lead data and statistics, their most recent ones. These were published in 2022. We'll also look at the OSHA standards for lead. And then we will look at recommendations for medical management of adult lead exposure from like the doctor's side, just so that the workers would know kind of what would happen. And then also I found a really great pamphlet from the New York Health Department talking about lead exposure in adults and a guide for healthcare providers. And so it really does a good job of explaining lead exposure and what that looks like and how it presents and some symptoms that you may have. So this will be the gist of what we go over in my final presentation.